Hi everyone, it's Erin from the Provincial Farmhouse. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to make some Christmas decor out of dollar store finds. You can find a full product list in the description of this video and all your crafting needs on our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. Our first project today is this snowman sled that I found. It is very cute, but it is not my style, so we're going to give it a makeover. My first job was to remove the fabric that's on the front, and I'm using a craft knife to do this, and I'm also using the craft knife to help scrape off the excess glue that's there. And I'm also going to be sanding that back once I'm done so that we have a bit of a smoother finish. I am then removing the little button there, and I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver to pry off the carrot nose, and then I am also going to use the same screwdriver to remove the holly. Now I do like this holly, so we're going to keep it. I'm also removing glue from the sides. So then I'm coming in with some medium grit sandpaper so that we can get a smooth surface. Next I'm coming in with Dixie Belle's Fluff chalk mineral paint. I'm going straight over the top of the original paint there, and I'm going to be doing 2 coats. When my paint is dry, I am sealing it with Dixie Belle's Gloss Clear Coat. We're going to use the IOD Christmas Valley transfer next, and I selected the lovely sweet bear from that design. So I'm just lining it up, trying to work out where I want it to go. I want it centered, and I'm just sort of having a play with some of the other greenery that comes with the transfer. I want to do a little bit of layering here, so I'm just plotting out my design. Once I've worked out where I want my pieces to go, I'm going to carefully peel the backing off the bear first, and then I'm just hovering over my surface there, not letting it touch just yet until I'm happy with the placement. And then when I'm happy with it, I will smooth the design down and then get to work burnishing. IOD transfers come with a plastic transfer tool, so I'm just rubbing the transfer stick over the top of the design there, and then I'm going to lift up a little corner of the plastic, keep on rubbing, but I'm also lifting it as I go. Now if a design does not stick down, I can put my plastic back down and I can continue to rub, and you just want to do this slowly so that you make sure that you're getting all of the design down. I always find that sealing my piece before adding an IOD transfer makes releasing the design a lot easier. Next, I'm taking some of the backing from the transfer and I'm just lightly rubbing over the design to make sure that there is no air bubbles. I'm then going to start adding my greenery, so I am just having a bit of a play again, just making sure that I'm happy with my positions. And because I want the piece with the red berries to sit underneath the one with the pine cone on the left, I'm just sort of positioning it and then removing the one with the pine cone. I'm then going to fold some of the backing underneath so that I can press my transfer down. Transfers are a little bit sticky, so it will be held in place once I've done that so that it doesn't shift. And then I am burnishing just like I did with the bear. IOD transfers are so beautifully detailed and easy to work with. You can put them on pretty much any surface. I've used this transfer on quite a few projects this festive season, so make sure you check out my IOD Christmas playlist for more ideas for using this design. Let me know if you've used this transfer yet in the comments and what project you used it on. Next, I'm going to add some letters that I had already cast in resin from the Harper decor mold. I'm just arranging the letters out and making sure that they're going to fit, and then I'm going to use a strong super glue to attach the letters down. Now, if any of your letters that maybe you've precast and had stored away have become misshapen, you can grab out your hairdryer and you can heat up the letters and you'll find that they become flexible again. Just make sure that you only do this once, as the letters tend to become more rigid the more times that you heat them up. You don't have to use super glue to glue your letters down. You can also use hot glue or a strong wood glue as well. When all of my letters are stuck down, I'm going to stipple on some more of Dixie Belle's Fluff Chalk Mineral Paint. And then when that paint is dry, I am going to seal the entire piece with Dixie Belle's Gloss Clear Coat. I'm then going to use a small artist brush to add some of Dixie Belle's Barn Red Chalk Mineral Paint to the tops of my letters. Finally, I'm going to super glue down that little bit of holly that we took off earlier. And here's our finished sled. For our next project, we're going to be using the Jingle mold and the Laurel mold. I found this black vase at the dollar store. It was $6 down to $3, and I thought it was a great blank canvas. So I'm coming in with Dixie Belle's Fluff Chalk Mineral Paint, and I am stippling it and dabbing it on. Again, this is really going to give a lovely eggshell texture. Next, I'm going to add some cornstarch to my molds, and I'm using Jovi air dry clay and working it into the thinner of the Laurel molds. I'm going to cast 2 of those, and then I am going to grab the Jingle mold and I'm casting the Leaping Deer. I'm just casting his head. I'm then using a roll of paper towel to steady my vase and super glue to attach my little deer head and the 2 laurels. So you can see I'm positioning the laurels either side of the deer. And once I had done that, I realized that I wanted to cast the little bow from the laurel mold and have that in the center. Once my castings had had some time to set, I'm stippling the same Fluff Chalk Mineral Paint over the top of my molds, being very, very careful not to damage any of the details. When my paint was dry, I am sealing the entire vase with Dixie Belle's Satin Clear Coat. When that was dry, I then came in with Dixie Belle's Au Naturel Voodoo Gel Stain. I am putting it over the top of the dry clear coat, as it will allow me to now come in with a wet wipe and wipe back sections to give the vase an aged appearance. When my vase was dry, I added Dixie Belle's Gold Gilding Wax to the details of the Laurel molds and the deer. Finally, I'm adding one of my favorite Hessian ribbons from Costco around the top to give it a bit more of a festive feel. You could definitely make this a bit more festive by adding a red or a green ribbon. I just decided to go a little bit neutral. And here's our finished festive vase. For our final project, we're going to use IOD's Noel paint inlay. This sweet little cutting board was another dollar store find, and I thought it would make a lovely little kitchen decoration. My first step was to give it 2 coats of Dixie Belle's Fluff chalk mineral paint. I then cut out the sweet baubles from the paint inlays and decided that I would use 2 of the designs on the board. Fortunately, I couldn't fit any more. I then grabbed the same Fluff chalk mineral paint and put down a really nice thick coat so that my paint inlay would have enough to sit in without it drying too quickly. I then grabbed one of the baubles and positioned it and pressed it down into the wet paint. Once I'd smoothed down some of the wrinkles, I grabbed some water in a mister bottle and carefully sprayed each of the paint inlays. I then took a damp cloth and gently dabbed and worked the water into the designs. The water will help the paint to release. Once my inlays were completely dry, I am coming back in with the same mister and misting my inlays thoroughly. I'm then giving them about 60 seconds and dabbing off the excess water. I'm then going to very, very gently start to pull away the paint inlay, being careful not to rip it, as I will get another couple of uses out of these. Try to remember that you're not going to get a perfect design here. They are not designed to be perfect. You're going to get a lovely vintage weathered look. Once my surface is dry, I am sealing my inlays with a 50-50 mix of clear coat and water in a spray bottle. I'm then coming in with an artist brush and adding Dixie Belle's Barn Red to the edges of my little chopping board. I'm finally going to add a sweet little buffalo check bow to the top of my chopping board. To make my bow, I've created 2 loops and then I am twisting them and working them to the size that I want. The wire and the ribbon is really helping here, and then I'm going to loop over the end of one side of the ribbon to finish the bow off. I'm going to attach my bow using some hot glue. I'm also trimming the ends of my bows on an angle. Then adding some greenery underneath the bow using my hot glue gun. And here's our finished little chopping board decoration. I'm so happy with how my dollar store finds turned out. I really hope that you guys liked today's projects. Leave me a comment, let me know what your favorite project was, and please hit that like button if you liked today's video. If you'd like some more Christmas craft ideas, make sure you check out our IOD Christmas playlist. We have a lot of craft ideas for this festive season. If you haven't already, I would love it if you could hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our projects. You can find the products used in today's video on our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. Thanks for watching.